Hello, Nigerians. Welcome to this episode of Talk Your Mind on Nexus TV. I am here to talk to us about the killings in Benue State. If you are not doing anything before we go into what happened and also before we give you the updates of what is going on at the moment, please, I would like you to exercise a few moments of silence for the souls that were cut short, the talents that were cut short, the potentials that are being buried in Benue State. Please, let's pay a few moments of silence before we go into pouring our aggression on the matter. All right. Thank you for staying. Thank you for paying your respect. Thank you for respecting the soul that were lost in Benue State. My name is Solomon, and this is Nexus TV. And here is our first episode of Say Your Mind, Talk Your Mind, as we say here in Nigeria on Nexus TV. Recently, if you are being online and you've been following the happening in Nigeria, you must have seen the crisis in Benue State, and you must have seen how over 45 lives were lost in the unknown gunmen attacks on the farmers and also the families in Benue State. Some of you that are very current on issues like this must have seen something similar to this happen in 2018 when over 100 people were killed in Benue State, and the governor came out and were crying that federal government, then the President Muhammadu Buhari administration was in power, to come out in assisting him in fighting the terrorism happening in the state, which he accused the Fulani headsmen of killing his people in Benue State. The same thing has happened again in the same local government, and that have left a whole lot of question as to why this same thing is happening in the same region. What is the interest of these terrorists in this particular region? What are they fighting for? Why are they killing the same people in the same region or from the same region? I'm asking that question. And why is the government silent? Why have we not seen any arrests? Why have we not heard anybody being jailed for these things that has been happening for years? From 2018 down to this moment, a lot has happened. A lot is still happening. And still, we've not seen any reaction from the government as regard to this. Why is this happening? We see children being murdered in their own blood. We see life being roasted like chicken. We see people being treated like even animals are not supposed to be treated the way my brothers in Benue State have been treated at the moment. You see the protests that the police were blocking people from conducting. You can see the picture on the screen here where police block people from protesting. And at the end of the day, they came out and said that the arrests have been made and they will make sure that people who are responsible for what has happened will be punished according to the law of Nigeria. Are we truly going to see people being punished, being jailed for carrying out this inhumane act? And come to think of it, when this thing really pains me is the silence of our leader towards all of this action. Does it mean that the disappearance and the killings of the innocent citizens of Nigeria is a sacrifice on the altar of political influence? Why is it that our politicians are not saying anything about these things? Why is it that serious action has not been taken? Why is it that nobody is being arrested? Nobody has resigned. But in Nigeria here, we can see security personnel fishing out innocent young Nigerians. They know how to track down Yahoo boys, but the terrorists who are suffering us in this country, making us to have sleepless nights, taking the lives of our loved ones, cannot be tracked down by these security men. Does it mean that these killings have political influence? Because when the president were addressing the nation, he said something about regardless of the affiliation to the killings, the necessary things must be done. Now, what is the necessary things? The necessary thing that Nigerians expect is to see these people that that carried out this act being brought to justice, to see these people being punished, to see people pay for their offense, to see people pay for this crime. That is the only thing that can make Nigerians happy at the moment. There is no amount of rice you will share in Benue State. There is no amount of money you are going to be giving to these families that will heal their pain. The only thing that can heal this pain to some extent is when you see the people who are behind this act being punished according to the law of Nigeria. Come to think of it, why on earth will a human being in his right mind go to a community, go to people who are in their homes, sleeping at night, set them ablaze? Can someone in his right mind do this kind of evil act? I've been wondering why human beings will be this heartless. And our politicians are even worse than infidel. They are there in their home, no action has been taken, no one is saying anything. And I told you earlier this morning, there is no weakness in silence when it comes to politics. Inaction in politics is a strategy. And if you see anybody not saying anything when things like this is happening that concerns a particular group, it means those politicians are maybe trying to save their votes for 2027. Because this has to do with a whole lot. It has to do with a particular group that has many numbers, according to the allegation made by the people this has to do with. Because the people of Benue who were killed, who were murdered in their own blood, who were murdered in their home, came out to say that they know who is behind this thing. They say that it's Fulani herdsmen that is doing this thing to them. Why can't Nigeria go to the Fulani community, make arrest, investigate, and then know what the truth is? When it comes to the case of activism in Nigeria, arrests are made before investigation. But when it comes to issue of insecurity, and when you point hands on someone and say that this person is behind the act that is happening in my state, in my community, the government will not make any arrest before investigation. They will say they will investigate and make sure that whoever is behind this will be brought to justice. And the end of everything is that no arrest will be made. Have you seen when a killer in Nigeria has been arrested and punished? There is no killer in Nigeria that has ever been arrested. No one has ever been punished for their act. No one has ever been brought to justice. It's not only in Benue State. If you go to other states in Nigeria where the same act is being taking place, we've seen where those people, the citizen or the indigene of those states, are coming out to say that Fulani herdsmen are killing us in our country, in our states, in our villages. People are complaining about these things. Fulani community, it's high time you call yourself to order. It's high time you begin to look for those bad eggs among yourself, if there is any. It's high time you begin to look into these things. If there are bad eggs, if there are bad people who are living in the forest and then wearing your mask to perform all these kind of evil acts, please look into it and try to save your name. In Kogi State years back, same thing like this happened, which led to community disputes between the Fulani that were living in Kogi State and also the Kogi indigenous people. How long are we going to be sleeping with one of our eyes open and one closed? It's high time the government do what is right. The people of Benue State, our heart is going out wide for you. We are here for you and we feel your pain. We cannot feel it to the point that we feel it the way you feel it. But we understand what you are going through. We know that these issues like this is painful. But the bottom line is, President Tinubu, this is a time to show yourself. This is a time to show Nigeria that you are capable of being their leader. This is a time to show Nigeria that you don't condone violence. This is a time you show Nigeria that we are one. This is a time you show those that are calling you Yoruba government that you are not Yoruba government. Show the Benue people your fatherly love at this moment. It is not to give them money. We don't need you to go there and be sharing palliative. We don't need you to go there, though it's necessary to go there and rebuild what has been destroyed. It's necessary. But this is not time to start sharing money. This is not time to start giving incentives. This is not time to start doing all of those things. It's time to go after the terrorists themselves. It's time to show them that you are the true Jagaban that were voted for. If you are not able to prove to Nigerians that this is not what you condone, it means your word against President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan in 2014 will come back for you. Please, President Tinubu, this is the time for you to show Nigerians that you are the true leader that they voted for. This is the time that Nigerians will begin to feel that they have leaders. This is the time to make the Benue people feel like that they don't just waste their vote. It is not only during election period. You will be coming out to promise that the security challenges will be eliminated the first day you assume office. Fuel subsidy will be removed. This one will be down. This is not time to begin to wait for 2027 to begin make empty promises. And I'm here. I will be waiting to see President Tinubu show his jagabanness. And if he don't, I will join those that will come out to criticize his government. Thank you for watching to this point. And I pray that God will be with those that have lost their loved ones. May the Lord console you all. This is a hard time for Benue State. Wherever you are at the moment, it's not just to pray. This is time to act. This is time to do what is right. This is time to go all out there and fight to save our country. This is time to go all out there to save our country. This is time to be patriotic. Leaders, politicians, don't wait till 2027 to come and promise us bag of rice, to come and promise us agbado ewa and gari, cassava ewa. This is not time to wait for 2027. We have no time anymore. We don't have that time to waste. Go all out and save this country. My name is Solomon, and this is Say Your Mind. This is my mind, my heart to Benue State. Stop the killing already. Stop the killing. Stop the killing already. Thank you for watching this video. Till I see you on the next episode. Bye for now.